Greetings everyone, welcome back to Mommy Homemaker. My name's Gabby and this is Orion, and we wish you a very Merry Christmas. In honor of Christmas, we are going to do the Christmas tag, and I was tagged by the wonderful Meredith from Life with M2, and I'll link her channel down below. And for this tag, I am also going to tag three wonderful ladies. The first person I'm going to tag is brand new to YouTube. I think she's only got one video up, and I think that we're going to see some good things from her. And her channel is Best of the Braxtons. The next person I'm going to tag is really cute, and I just found her channel recently, and her channel name is Recipe. And then the third person I'm going to tag, she is a fairly new YouTuber, but she's a little bit farther along than I am, but her channel is My Happy Ever After, and I will link all of their channels below so that you guys can go see them. Alright, let's get started. So the first question is, do you wear your PJs or dress up for Christmas? And I've always been one to dress up. I mean, obviously Christmas morning I would still wear my pajamas, but I dress up. When I was growing up, every year on Christmas Eve, I do Christmas Eve with my family. I do Christmas with my family on Christmas Eve. And every year my grandmother would get me and all my cousins pajamas, and they were from the Sandman. And I think I'd like to continue that tradition with him. During the day on Christmas, I usually dress up. I've never been one to get super Christmassy because I've always wanted to wear the new clothes that I got. But I think as I get older, I'm definitely going to want to wear more Christmas-themed stuff on Christmas and be a little tacky like that. So Orion is in a different outfit now because he sped up on the other one. But that's alright. So the second question in this tag is, if you could get a present for one person, who would it be for? So I feel like this might be different for different years, but this year I would have to pick my sister Nicole, and she has just done so much for me, especially through my whole pregnancy with him and since he's been born. I know, like, this year I told my husband, I was like, I want to get Nicole something nice, and I want it to be extra special from us, and, you know, maybe be the best gift that we give this year because she has done so much for me. I can't thank her enough, and I feel like, you know, getting her a Christmas present is maybe the only way I can, one of the best ways I could probably thank her. So the third question is, do you open your presents on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day? Well, when I was growing up, and even now, I go to my grandmother's house on Christmas Eve, and we open all of our presents for my grandparents, my aunt, uncle, and all of the family that lives locally. And then on Christmas morning, as I was growing up, Santa Claus would come, and I would get to see all of the things that he had left to me. I was an only child, so I think I made out like a bandit. And then I would open the presents for my parents, and I would open things that our family that's out of town had sent for us. And we kind of do the same thing now. I go to my grandmother's house on Christmas Eve and we open those things. Somebody's drooling. Jeez. And then we open our other things on Christmas. So I'm trying to kind of start a tradition where we do Christmas at my house, and my husband's family comes over and we do his Christmas on like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So the next question is, have you ever built a gingerbread house? And yes, I have. And I'm also planning to do one this year. I hope so. If I can get my husband on board, we're going to build a gingerbread house. But I did when I was little, and I don't remember tasting all of that great. I remember it not being as good as I thought it was going to be. But I did it with my mom, and I was really young, and that's just a wonderful memory I have. Especially now that she's passed away and she isn't here this Christmas. I do remember building a gingerbread house with her when I was growing up. And I remember that she went like crazy trying to find all of the things that she wanted to put on the gingerbread house. I guess the one that she had bought had only come with the icing and the actual, like, the walls of the house and the roof. So all of the other candy that she put on, she like went to a whole bunch of, what are you doing? she went to a whole bunch of different places to try to find. So that was definitely a good memory I have with her. So the next question is, what do you like to do on your Christmas break? And I am a stay-at-home mom, so I can't say I really get an actual Christmas break. I'm going to be doing the same things that I would normally do. But I know that at Christmas time, I like to do things that I did as I was growing up, like watch certain Christmas movies like Rudolph is one of my favorites, and Christmas Vacation is another video that I really, really love. And I like to drive around and see Christmas lights. There's a neighborhood that we would always drive through when I was growing up, and we would go through and see their lights and see the Santa Claus. And so there's just certain things like that that I like to do at Christmas time. Number 6, what is your favorite Christmas meal or treat? And my favorite is a treat. It's Buckeyes. If you don't know what they are, they're basically chocolate covered peanut butter balls. And they're so yummy. The first year I had them, they were homemade. And I ate so many of those. I was a kid and we were playing outside and I just kept coming back inside to grab more handfuls of Buckeyes. Oh, I couldn't get enough of them. And I made them myself one time and they came out really, really yummy and I liked them a lot. But it is kind of a process to make them. So I don't get a chance to have them every year, but they do sell them. Like I know they sell them at Cracker Barrel and at Bob Evans. So I always pick some up there if I can. The next question is, what is your favorite holiday movie? And this one is a tearjerker. My favorite holiday movie is The Christmas Shoes. And it's also a song, and I can't watch the movie or hear the song without crying. Especially now that my mom has passed away. It is one of my very, very favorite movies, and I try to watch it every year if I can get myself to. And whenever that song comes on, oh my gosh, it's one of my favorites. But I can't even sing along with the song because I cry so hard. And with the movie, I literally like the first scene comes on, and I start bawling because I know what's gonna happen, and it's my favorite. But another one of my favorite movies that isn't such an emotional movie is the Santa Claus 2. Now, I can't watch the Santa Claus 2 unless I've already watched the Santa Claus 1. What are you doing? What's the problem? I can't watch the Santa Claus 2 unless I watch the Santa Claus 1, and I have to follow that with Santa Claus 3. The only problem is I don't own the Santa Claus 1, so I have to go and rent that or borrow that from somebody every year so that I can watch the Santa Claus 2, which is my favorite one. Okay, so the next question is, which do you prefer, candy canes or gingerbread men? And I would have to say candy canes. When I was growing up, I would eat candy canes oh my gosh, like nobody's business. I would literally chomp them, chomp, 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 and they get smaller and smaller. Number 9, have you ever built a snowman? Yes. When I was super small, my parents took me to New York because we have family there. And my dad and I built a snowman together. I have pictures of it. And I do remember building it. I remember that the little, the balls that make up the snowman were a lot more square looking than actually round. But that was a good memory I have. I would love to build another snowman. I would love to make it part of my Christmas tradition where every year when it snows I build a snowman. But I live in Florida and we don't really have snow here, so yeah. Number 10, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? My answer is Christmas Eve because that's when I go over to my grandmother's house and we get to open all of our presents and I have my first Christmas meal, and I don't know. That's the start of my Christmas, and it always draws out until Christmas Day. And when I was growing up, we would go to my grandmother's house on Christmas Eve, and then we would go back to her house in the morning for breakfast, and then we wouldn't do anything the rest of the day. We would just sit around and be lazy, or I would play with my presents when I was real little. Yeah, so now it kind of draws out, and we go from Christmas Eve, it starts, and then we go all the way through until the end of Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve is like the kickoff, so Christmas Eve. Last question, number 11. Seems odd to have 11 questions, but I'm all for it. Do you like white lights or colored lights? Definitely colored lights. I love colors in this world. I mean, the outside lights I have are all white, but just because they were the only ones that I had that went all the way across my house. I love colored lights. I mean, I love to color the world. Colors make me super happy. So I definitely would pick colored lights there. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing to my channel for more videos. And thumbs it up if you think this little guy is cute, because you know he is. Alright guys, I hope you have a safe and magical holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy whatever. Bye!